Elvina, Kartik, Aditya, Shubham, all fast. Sneha, Hanna. Yes. Irfan, Grishma, Shubham, Anthony. Okay. Good morning, everyone. No, no good morning. Not a good morning. Not
Good
good.
morning, ma'am.
Okay. So a few things I taught you related to how to control the inflation deflation. Few points I told you. Anila, can you tell
Ma'am,
what
your
were
voice
the
is low.
what are the points which I told you to control the inflation and deflation? Grishma, can you tell as a controller of credit? Few points I told how RBI controls the credit during inflation and deflation. Yes.
Ma'am, can you hear me?
Hmm? What are the methods through which RBI control credit?
SLR,
Okay.
um, CA cash reserve ratio,
What is that?
cash reserve ratio,
Okay, cash reserve ratio. Shubham, can you tell the
repo
remaining?
rate and
Minute, 1 minute. Shubham, can you tell the remaining?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell the remaining points?
Ma'am, your voice is low.
Uh-huh. My voice is not clear now also? No, clear. Karthik, can you tell?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Repo rate,
repo rate, okay.
bank rate.
Bank rate. Only this I talked. First one, what
Yes,
did I
ma'am.
say?
Cash reserve ratio, SLR.
Reserve ratio. Then
Open market operation.
open market operation. That was the first one which I told you. Then cash reserve ratio, statutory liquidity ratio, repo rate, and one more I told, right? What is that? Elvina,
Bank rate.
bank rate. Okay, so these all are used to control economic fluctuation. It can be inflation or it can be deflation. Okay, the next one is bank rate. Okay, sorry, bank rate I told you, right? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, next one is about reverse repo rate. Okay, now what is that reserve repo rate? Is here. Yeah, one more thing I told you cash reserve ratio and statutory liquidity ratio together is known in one name. What is that?
Legal reserve ratio.
Legal reserve ratio. Okay,
Excuse me, ma'am.
yes,
Your voice is too low.
is it for everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then
Ma'am,
listen carefully. That's better because I can't do anything. Just let me see whether I can do anything. Yeah, it's okay. Now listen. Next is a reverse repo rate. Now, what do you mean by reverse repo rate? Like uh, people,
opposite of
people are
ratio, ma'am.
depositing. Can you hear now? Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
People are depositing money in the commercial banks, right? Yes or no? Elvina?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The same way, commercial banks also can deposit money in which bank? Which bank?
RBI.
RBI. Okay. So the same way how people are depositing money in the commercial banks, the commercial banks can deposit money in RBI. Now, RBI also gives some rate of interest. That rate of interest, we call it as reverse repo rate. Okay. What do you mean by reverse repo rate? The commercial banks, when they keep money or when they deposit money in the RBI, they give or they charge, they keep some rate of interest that we call it as reverse repo rate. Now, what will happen with this reverse repo rate during an inflation? So this is mainly used to control inflation and deflation. So during inflation, what will happen with this reverse repo rate? Elvina, can you tell?
During inflation, when the commercial bank deposit the money in RBI, they will have more interest.
No, reverse repo rate, whether they will increase or whether they will decrease.
Decrease the interest rate.
Okay, if they decrease the interest rate, what will happen? Commercial banks, will they deposit or not?
No.
No. If they are not depositing, what will happen? Money supply will increase or reduce?
Increase.
Will increase. So during inflation, what they should do? Yes.
Increase.
They have to increase the reverse repo rate. Okay. So inflation, what happens? They have to increase the reverse repo rate so that commercial banks are encouraged to deposit in the Reserve Bank. So what happens? What will happen to the loan creating capacity? What will happen to the loan creating capacity? Yes,
Reduces.
it will. What will happen?
Reduce.
It will decrease.
Reduce.
Reduce. Okay. When it is reducing, what will happen to the money supply? What will happen? Aditya, what will happen?
Will be decreased.
It will decrease. So this way we can control the inflation. Now, Sneha, what will happen during the deflation? What they will do with this reverse repo rate?
It will decrease.
They will decrease that. So when they are decreasing, whether commercial banks are encouraged deposit now?
Yes, ma'am.
They are encouraged when the rate of interest reduces? No, they will not deposit. So what will happen? They have now more money for the giving as loans. So this will increase the money supply. So this is one method through which we can control inflation and deflation. Just write it down. Reverse repo rate. Reverse repo rate. Reverse repo rate is the interest rate at which commercial banks deposit their funds with the central bank. Raising RR. What is this RR now? Elvina, what is RR?
Repo rate.
Is it repo rate?
Reserve ratio.
Karthik,
Reverse repo.
Reverse repo. Okay. Raising reverse repo rate gives incentive to commercial banks, gives incentives to the commercial banks to deposit in RBI, to deposit in RBI. This reduces, this reduces the credit creation, the credit creation and money supply, and money supply. The opposite, you have to write it in your own words, like lowering interest, reverse repo rate. What will happen? It discourages commercial banks to deposit. That's what will happen. It increases the credit creation and money supply. That you write in your own words. Now, all these open market operation, cash reserve ratio, statutory liquidity ratio, repo rate, bank rate, reverse repo rate, all these are coming under, or we call it as quantitative methods. Okay. So it reduces or increases the money supply. That is why we call it as quantitative methods. Now, next one, margin requirement, rationing of credit, moral suasion. All these are coming under qualitative methods. So in that first one is margin requirement. Okay. Now listen to me, then we will write. So first one under qualitative method. Otherwise, you take it, write it as margin requirement as the seventh one. Okay. Now, what do you mean by margin requirement is that, see, you know that whenever, if we want a loan, we will approach the commercial banks. And if it is if the property is worth rupees 50 lakhs, do you think that they will give that 50 lakhs to you? Huh? What do you feel? Will they give that 50 lakhs as loan to you for that property? It is worth, for example, that land is worth 50 lakhs. You are keeping that property papers in the bank. So will they give the 50 lakhs to you? Pavitra? Pavitra? Hmm? What do you feel? Are they going to give 50 lakhs to you? Sharath? Sharath?
No, ma'am.
No. Why? Why they don't give a full amount?
They have said that some amount cash reserve.
There is a reason actually, because if the person is not paying back, with the interest, this 50 lakhs is going to increase. If the person is not paying back, then even if they sell that property, you are going to get only 50 lakhs, not beyond that. So there is no profit for the bank here. Okay. So what the banks do here, or what central banks say, that they should keep a percentage with them, then only they should give loans here. Okay. So 50 lakhs worth property, the person who is applying for the loan, he is not going to get that 50 lakhs fully here. Okay. For example, you can see that if 50 lakhs, they 50 lakhs worth property they have kept for taking a loan. What central banks say that, okay, 20 percentage you keep, you don't give. 20 percentage amount you don't give. Okay. Remaining, what is there, that you can give as loans. Can anyone tell what is the 20 percentage of 50 lakhs? Or how much will be given as a loan to the particular person? Hmm? Any
10
thought?
lakhs.
10 lakhs. Okay. So how much will be provided as loan? Okay. 20 percentage is 10 lakh. Okay. So how much the bank will give as loan? Hmm?
40 lakhs.
Okay. 40 lakhs will be provided. Now this 40 lakhs, how they are going to, for what purpose they may be using this? Okay. 40 lakhs it is given. What will happen to the money supply? what will happen to the money supply? Karthik,
Increases.
it is increasing. Okay, so 50 lakhs worth property, 20 percentage they will reduce, the remaining that only will be given as loan. Now in this case, 40 lakhs. Now if there is inflation, during the time of inflation, what we have to do? We have to control the money supply or we have to increase the money supply. Sharath, what do we have to do?
Control.
We have to control or we have to reduce. So I think that this is increased to 30 percentage. Now, this 50 lakhs, 30 percentage, how much it will be or how much it will be given as a loan to the people? Just calculate and see how much it is.
15.
15. Okay, so from 50, 15, if you reduce, how much it is now?
35.
5 lakhs here. Okay. Now, before it was 40 lakhs, now it has reduced to, sorry, it has reduced to 35 lakhs. So, normal time, if what they will do, they will follow the percentage, whatever is fixed by the government. But during inflation, what they are doing here, they are increasing or decreasing this percentage. They are increasing. So when you increase this, the money supply in the economy will be reduced. What will happen during the deflation? During the deflation, what will happen?
Decrease.
It
They'll
will be
decrease
decreased.
the
So like this,
percentage.
they will control the money supply. This requirement, margin requirement to keep with the bank, that is through that method, they will control the inflation and deflation. That margin requirement, when they are increasing or decreasing, through that method, they can control the economic fluctuation. That is why it is known as margin requirement. Okay, now write it down. Margin requirement. Margin requirement refers to the discount fixed by the central bank, the discount fixed by the central bank on the assets mortgaged, on the assets mortgaged on the assets mortgaged as a security by the borrower to the commercial banks, discount in the sense that much percentage that commercial banks will not be giving to the property owners. If you, I told that 50 lakhs, if it is worth property is kept, they will not give that fully 50 lakhs. Some percentage they will be reducing that. Then only it will be given to the borrower. So once more, I'll tell you, margin requirement refers to the discount fixed by the central bank on the assets mortgaged as a security by the borrowers to the commercial banks. The margin requirement is raised. The margin requirement is raised when the supply of money needs to be reduced. When the supply of money needs to be reduced. Karthik, what to do the other situation? Just tell.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, what to do in the other situation? This is raised when the money supply is to be controlled. Yeah. So use that same sentence and use the opposite word for the other one.
Margin requirement is reduced
Yeah, margin requirement is reduced or lowered when?
It during deflation
No. When the money supply is to be
increased.
increased. Okay, so that you can write in your own words. Okay, now next one, rationing of credit. Rationing of credit in the sense, credit when they are providing to the people, they are limiting on some purpose. Okay, not for all the business activities, they are not giving credit. You know that during the inflationary time, already the money supply is more. So if we are not following any rationing, the money supply is going to increase. So we have to reduce the money supply during the inflationary time. So they keep some quotas for the business loans. They will not give loans to all the business activities. So that we call it as a rationing of credit. So rationing of credit will be followed during the inflation, but at the same time, it will be withdrawn during the deflation. Once more, I'll be telling, just listen to me. Rationing of credit in the sense, they are rationing the credit in the sense they are not giving the credit for all the purpose. For all the business activities, they are not giving. They are putting a control on that. They are giving in the sense, they means what now? Who is they here now? Who comes under that?
Commercial banks.
Yeah, commercial banks. Okay, commercial banks, what they do here, they put a control on the loans given to the business activities. Not for all the business activities, they keep some fixed quota there, and through that they give the loans to the business activities. So here they are putting a control. So this control, when they will use during an inflation or when the money supply is to be controlled. So during that time, they will introduce the rationing of credit, and they will withdraw when they will withdraw this during
Deflation.
Anna, during during deflation. So because money supply now we have to increase, for that purpose during deflation they will withdraw the rationing of credit. So this is what you mean by rationing of credit, giving or not giving all the kind of loans for the business. Some control is kept on the loans here. Write it down. Rationing of credit refers to fixation of certain quotas, fixation of certain quotas for different business activities. For different business activities. For different business activities. It is introduced when the money supply is to be checked. It is introduced when the money supply is to be checked. When the money supply is to be checked. This restricts the money supply. This restricts the money supply. Rationing of credit will be rationing of credit will be rationing of credit will be withdrawn to increase the money supply, to increase the money supply. increase the money supply. Okay. Now the last method of control, that is moral suasion. Moral suasion in the sense it is like advice given by RBI. Okay. And RBI gives some advice to the commercial banks what to be done during an inflation or what to do during deflation, whether they should control the credit creation or whether they should increase the credit creation. All these advices will be given by RBI to the commercial banks. That is what we call it as moral suasion. Okay. Tomlin, can you tell what do you mean by moral suasion? What did I tell now? What is moral suasion? In simple terms, what it is? Tomlin?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. What do you mean by moral suasion? Did you hear me?
Yes,
Okay. So what is that?
ma'am.
Tomlin. Yeah. No, if you didn't hear, I will go to another person.
No, ma'am. I not
Yes.
able to.
Tell then.
No, ma'am. I don't know.
You don't know. Okay. Aishwarya. So I'll come back to you. Okay. You have to tell me what it is. Aishwarya.
The RBI gives instructions to the commercial banks whether to increase the rate on the credit or not.
It is just like an advice. There is no compulsion or anything like that. But that advice should be followed by the commercial banks. Okay. Tomlin, did you hear one now? You're busy in writing. What are you writing?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you're busy in writing. What are you writing?
No, ma'am. Last point.
What is that last point you have written? Tell me.
Ma'am, rationing of credits guided in a road.
Okay, explanation.
Ma'am, fixation of quotas for different business activities.
Hmm.
This introduced when money supply is to be checked. This restricts the money supply.
Okay,
Rationing
very good.
credit.
Okay, so that you have written. Okay, so once more I'm telling what is moral suasion. Listen. Okay, so it is like advice given by RBI to the commercial banks. Okay, commercial banks how they should behave during an economic fluctuation, or when there is inflation what they should do, or when there is deflation what they should do. So some advices will be given by RBI. That function we call it as, or that method of controlling credit we call it as moral suasion. Understood, Tomlin?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, write it down now. Moral suasion. It is rendering an advice, rendering an advice, rendering an advice to the commercial banks, to the commercial banks by RBI, by RBI to follow its directives, to follow its directives. The banks are advised, the banks are advised to restrict loans. The banks are advised to restrict loans during inflation, during inflation, and be liberal in lending, be liberal in lending during inflation, be liberal in lending during inflation. during inflation.
And can you repeat the point again?
Yeah. It is like rendering an advice to the commercial banks by the RBI to follow its directives. That is written. Okay. The banks are advised to restrict loans during inflation and be liberal in lending. Liberal in lending during deflation. Okay. Now, next is a demand for money. I told you a little bit about demand for money before. Okay. Why do we keep money with us? For what purpose? Sharat, can you tell?
Transactions.
Sharat, can you tell? Why do we keep money with us? Huh? Say loudly.
I did not hear question.
Why do we keep money with us? For what purpose?
For buying things and for spenders.
Okay, for our day-to-day expenses, we need to have money with us. Okay, so here demand for money is actually why we are keeping money with us. That is what I or how we why do we demand for money or why we have demand for money every time. There are three reasons for that. First one is given transaction motive. Transaction motive in the sense we want many things in our day-to-day life. For that purpose, we keep money with us. That motive we call it as transaction motive here. Now, here you know that when we receive income, it is usually once in a month we receive. Majority of majority of the population of India, if you see, you can see either they receive the monthly income or sometimes daily wages also are there. So daily when we are receiving monthly income, only once we are receiving, is it not? Are we getting here as when we are working for a monthly income or when we are working in some area, in almost every area if you see that is paid in at the last of the month, yes or no? So once you are receiving the income, what about your expenses? Are we spending only once in a month? Grishma, are we spending like that? Only once in a month we have expenditure?
No.
No. How is it? Daily we spend or in a week we spend? How is it? To take our own family expenses, if you see, how is it? Amal, how is it? Hmm? Daily expenses or we have or monthly expense we have. How are we spending our money? No? Not spending money for anything? Amal, are we spending money?
Buying necessary things.
Buying necessary thing. No, I'm asking what period of time. I mean, every day you buy the things or not, or weekly you buy the things or not. How is it?
It will be according to necessary.
Okay, it will be according to the necessary. So I feel that somewhat on a daily basis we spend money. Maybe one day we might have not spent some money or anything like that, but daily either otherwise you can see you we at least use filling of petrol in our vehicle. Some or the other way we have spending throughout the month. So income we are getting only once, but the expenditure if you see it is for on a daily basis here. So that one month, whatever income we are getting, we have to spread that income for spending for the whole month. Okay, so that is what how much money we keep with us for the transaction. That comes under the transaction motive, and money demanded for transaction is always a function of income. Okay, for example, money demanded for transaction in the sense, what do you mean by money demanded for transaction? What is the simple meaning of that? Money demanded for transaction. This is what is
Money
centralized in
used
one
for
term. Yeah, money,
transactions.
what we are using or keeping with us for spending for our own expenses. It is always a function of y. Function of y in the sense this y is income. Okay, so you can see a positive relationship between these two. Okay, a positive relation. What do you mean by positive relation? What is
If one
positive relation?
increases, the other also increases.
Yeah, when the income increases, the other one also increases. When the income increases, money demanded for transaction also increases. It's not that we will not use that money. Okay, so it has a positive relationship or it has a direct relationship. So money demanded for transaction is a function of income and it has a positive relation. Whenever income increases, the money demanded for transaction also increases. If income reduces, money demanded for transaction will be reducing. So there is a positive relation between these two. Now, just write the heading demand for money. Below that you write transaction motive. I told you the definition for definition of this demand for money before. Once I think you have written down that. Do you remember that? Demand for money. What do you mean by demand for money? You remember? Aparna, can you tell?
Ma'am, the money we keep for transactions.
Yeah, the demand for money is the total amount of money that the population keeps with population have with themselves for the expenditure. Okay. Now first you can write transaction motive. Below that first point, it refers to demand for demand for money. It refers to demand for money for conducting day-to-day transactions. It refers to demand for money for conducting day-to-day transactions. For conducting day-to-day transactions. Second point, the transaction motive relates to demand to meet the current transactions of individuals. The current transactions of individuals. The current
Ma'am,
transactions
can you
of
repeat?
second one. The
Yes,
transaction
ma'am.
motive relates to demand to meet the current transactions of individuals. Current transactions of individuals. You can just write it down. Money demanded for transaction is a function of income. Money demanded for transaction is a function of income. The money demanded for transaction is a function of income. The relationship between income and transaction is positive. The relationship between income and transaction is positive. What is that positive relation? Karthik, can you tell?
They are directly proportional.
In the sense, I want you to explain that. What kind of relation it is?
When income increases,
Hmm.
the number of transactions increases.
Increases. When income decreases, the number of transaction or money demanded will be less. I want you to write that in your own sentence. You can write. What is that relation? You can write in your own sentence. When the income increases, what will happen? Transaction will increase or not? You write. When the income decreases, what will happen? Right. Money demanded for transaction will increase or money demanded for transaction will decrease. Just write it in your own words. Amal, can you read it out what you have written? Yes. Read what is written now. Please unmute and read. Unmute. Amal, it is muted. It is on mute. Please unmute it. Okay, Tomlin, read out. Read out.
Ma'am, it refers to demand for money for conducting day-to-day transactions. It
No,
relates.
I told you that I just read out that positive relation. What you have written by yourself. I just want to hear that positive relation.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, the relation between income and transaction is
Positive.
positive.
Okay. What positive? What relationship it is? So you didn't write it down, right?
Ma'am,
Ah. Okay, tell Tomlin, did you write or not?
ma'am, that MD is equal to. No, ma'am, I don't.
Karthik, read once what you have written.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yes.
from the first or
No, the last only that relation.
when income increases, then the transaction also increases and vice versa.
Money demanded for transaction increases. Okay, then
When income decreases, the money demand for transaction also decreases.
okay, that all this sentence you should write by yourself. I told you have to write this. Okay. Okay. Now next motive is precautionary motive. Okay, precautionary motive. Can anyone tell as a precaution for what purpose we keep money? Don't write now anything. Don't write precautionary motive first. Let me explain. Then only you will write. Yes. Aishwarya, can you tell what do you mean by precautionary motive? That is one motive. Why do we demand money? What do you mean by that?
In
Yes.
terms of if in a family, if an accident happens, there will be more expenses, so the family have to keep.
Okay, when in a family, when accident or anything happens, you keep some amount of money. That is what precautionary amount of money. Okay, so we'll continue this in the next one more period is there. We'll continue. Aishwarya, present. Amal Shaji absent, right? Amal Raj present. Ashish, what about Ashish? Just check whether he is present or not. No, present. Okay. Elvina present. Grishma present. Sneha present. Aditya, Anila, Anjo. Anjo is absent. Present. Okay. Aparna.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Aparna, Atul Krishna absent. Basil present. Femina, Hanna. Femina is present. Absent.
Present.
Femina
Present.
present. Hanna present. Karthik, Irfan, Pavitra, Sharath, Shubham, Hadi Aman absent, and Tomlin. Okay, then I will continue in the next period. Okay. Thank you all. Thank you very much.